different podcasts.
Everybody's got a podcast, but it's like, whatever. Why not us? You know, just rip it out there.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well talk about what you want.
I know.
Right?
It's fun to do. It's easy to do. And it makes good content.
Well, when I did mine,
yeah,
I started it. So I got a personal training cert.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I want to, been in the Army for 18 years. So working out and doing stuff like that is a big part of it.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up in the Army, so 2007 on, it wasn't like training. It was just beat yourself to hell, right?
Yeah.
Running 6 miles, ruck marches, all of that stuff. There was no thought behind recovery or anything like that. So it became like a personal project of mine I need to figure out how to recover so I don't feel like horrible all of the time.
Yeah.
And then to make sure that my guys didn't feel horrible all the time. And then as I started reading and learning a bunch of stuff, it's like, and this was when, Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff were huge, right?
Yeah.
And you're just seeing so much stuff come up.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, this is garbage.
Yeah, there's a lot of that out there.
Yeah, a lot of just garbage, the things that people talk about. So it's like, okay, I'll only reach a couple hundred people maybe, but at least those people, if they listen, and everything I did was backed up with studies. Like I would spend a week on each subject.
Wow.
And go through and find actual like peer-reviewed studies and bring that into the conversation with whoever I was talking to.
That's thorough.
Yeah, it was very thorough. It took a lot of time.
Yeah.
But, and I would have people on I had a guy that was an Olympic weightlifting coach, talked to a guy that started his own supplement company, like just a bunch of, my friends,
That's cool. Yeah. That's how it starts.
Yeah. And it was mostly like my CrossFit friends.
Yeah.
Because I did CrossFit for a while. Yeah. And just wanting to share that knowledge.
Yeah.
And not, I don't like grifters, and I don't like people that try to sell other people things that don't actually work.
Yeah, same.
It's so
there's a lot of that out there.
Yes,
and it's becoming harder and harder to discern what is and what isn't, because they're getting good at faking it.
Yeah, and they figured out 6-7 years ago that if you say there's a scientific study
right
that goes along with it, people are like, oh, obviously this is true.
Must be good.
It must be true.
Yeah, we don't actually need to know how to actually read the study and see if it was legit or not.
Yep, or if it's peer reviewed.
Or if maybe somebody had an agenda when they were doing the study.
Yep. So I would...
like the supplement company that commissions their own study on whether their supplement works or not. I have no interest in what the results of this study are whatsoever, except that I can say that my supplement is great.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 doctors.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Right. Like
of our hand-selected doctors who actually also happen to have a financial interest in our company.
Yep.
Recommend our product.
Do you remember Muscle Farm?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, PH.
Yeah.
Yes, farm.
Do you remember what happened to them about, oh God, it must have been 12, 13 years ago?
I don't remember exactly. Okay, so I remember something, but I don't remember the details.
So they had like a huge deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
Right?
They had Tiger Woods at one point too, didn't they?
They did.
They were on his golf bag, I think.
So they had a big deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger to make his own line of supplements.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it was Arnold Schwarzenegger's protein and creatine and pre-workout and all this stuff, right? And there's a website, a company that independently tests supplements.
Right.
It's called labdoor.com.
Okay.
Highly recommend labdoor.org.
Okay.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But they take supplements and they give them to scientists and they break them down to see what's in it.
Sure.
And they found out that the Muscle Farm Arnold Schwarzenegger line was like 40% sawdust.
Sawdust?
Yes.
Like legit sawdust?
Legit, like filler sawdust.
Wow.
And you're supposed to be getting, 25 grams of protein per serving or whatever it is, right? And they...
all you're getting is fiber.
Yeah, you're just getting a bunch of fiber
Gross.
and like 12 grams of protein per serving, just something ridiculous.
So they got busted.
Oh, yeah. Huge lawsuit.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you don't see that supplement line anymore.
Right, they're gone.
Because
Do they still exist? Or no?
Muscle Farm might still exist.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't buy any of their stuff. But, yeah, I think they still exist. But that definitely smacks some people around.
Oh, for sure.
And so you just have to be careful.
Yes, you do.
You just have to be careful.
Yeah.
So
you never know. So you've got some interesting insights on that. So what are some of the things people should look for when they're looking for quality, and like how do they verify that what they're buying online? Because a lot of supplement purchases are done online. What do you do to verify that what you're getting is legit? What are some of the things to look for in terms of, I mean, I know they have regulatory bodies that they can say this has been evaluated by XYZ.
So the first one, especially when it comes to supplements, is if you look for Safe Sport, the Safe Sport logo on an item.
Sure.
And that means that it's been tested by a third party to verify the contents of what's in it.
Sure.
And then it's safe. You won't pop hot on drug tests and stuff. So the reason I know this is CrossFit athletes, right? Like CrossFit Games is a big thing. And athletes in every sport are going to try anything to get an advantage. But when you start, there were probably like 3-4 years ago, there was a big scandal because a bunch of athletes started popping hot for steroids. And they're like, well, I've never taken steroids before. It's like, well, where did you get your supplements? And it's some, janky website out of wherever in Europe.
Yeah.
And whatever, and it's not even that they necessarily put anabolic steroids or whatever into the product. It was that they use the same machines to make the same thing. So the residue of that thing ends up contaminated. It was contaminated, right? So, so you look at something like Safe for Sport, which tells you that it's been independently verified to be correct.
NSF, I think, is another one of those, right?
Yeah, NSF.
Yeah.
So when you look at the packaging, if you don't want to go onto a place like Labdoor, you can look at that and that can verify what you're actually looking at. Sure. And then, you have to do your own research. Like there's just talking about like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Yeah. Athletes make deals with supplement companies all the time.
Oh yeah.
That's Tiger huge. Woods and I think Kai Green even had a supplement line at one time, Phil Heath, like all of these, Mr. Olympia level bodybuilders and all this stuff, like they've all had supplements.
Yeah, right.
But what I look for is not just that they're signing up with a supplement company. So the perfect example is one that I like called Podium. It's Podium 123.
Okay.
And it was made by Matt Frazier, who was a 5-time CrossFit Games champion and an Olympic weightlifter. And he started a supplement company with some other guys in the CrossFit space, but they like took you to their warehouse to show you where everything was made and all that kind of stuff. So it's just knowing who's behind it and who you can trust. And I don't know, if it seems fishy, it probably is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely that NSF, Safe for Sport, Labdoor, I would highly recommend looking at all of those, because even...
Can they fake that though? Somebody could put the stamp on there and say this has been, and I mean, in today's day and age, you're going to get found out pretty quick, probably but
it would be silly to say that that's not happening, or that it's not possible, because it absolutely is. Like, people fake stuff all of the time, and to say that it's not happening or that you may not, I would just be careful of the stuff you see on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, or Instagram or Facebook. Stuff strictly sold through social media. Has no verification process, right?
Right. Yeah. And probably brings you back, if you take a step back from that, it's don't be reliant on supplements for your nutrition, right? I mean, use them as supplements only, and only when maybe it's just a protein and a creatine, which is pretty easy to find some good quality stuff with that. And not get too into the weeds with trying to find the magic pill that's going to make you, Superman somehow. It's really not. I don't think that pill outside of taking illegal substances exists.
No, and it absolutely doesn't.
So it's about, number one, setting a foundation of a healthy diet and sticking to that, and then supplementing a little bit with some post-workout protein and creatine. There's a lot of good research on creatine now. I mean, creatine... going outside of even the physical benefits of it, which is kind of cool.
On the podcast that I did, shameless plug.
Yeah.
Relentless Fitness.
Put it out there.
I did one, me and my friend Bree, we did one on creatine. And creatine is the most researched supplement in the world.
Yep.
There is tons and tons and tons of peer-reviewed research on creatine and how good it is for you.
For a long time, too.
Yep.
I actually did a term paper on that back when I was in college.
Yeah.
Which is a while ago now. Yeah.
And it's, creatine is so good for you. And honestly, supplements used to be like a big thing for me when I was younger, but then as I got older and I started doing a bunch of the research on my own, it was like, okay, I need to know how much protein I'm eating every day.
Yep.
And then you can supplement your chicken, your beef, whatever you're eating with protein powder if like you're a little short on your protein goal for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And then throwing
you're filling the gap, you're not replacing.
Yeah, it's not, protein isn't like protein powder isn't like the end all be all. Like, you're not going to drink 200 grams of protein in a day, which, I mean, you go broke before you could do that. But
yeah, you might also have other issues with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of GI issues.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. And so have you ever done any of like the fad diet things, like paleo, anything like that?
Not really.
Yeah.
The biggest I've gotten into is just really cutting down on sugar. I mean, and I've researched a lot of those diets, and the interesting thing is, like, some of them they're very like strict about, oh, you can't eat this food or you can't eat that food. And there's probably some legitimacy to a lot of them.
Yeah.
But the consistency across the board in all of them is, they say, to cut out crappy sugar, Yeah. That's pretty much universal across the board.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the thing that I kind of have done.
Yeah.
But where were you going with that?
So I did paleo for a little while.
Yeah. How did that go for you? I've done probably kind of a modified version of that, without completely cutting out all the grains and stuff like that.
So I would eat like pounds of meat, right? And then pounds of vegetables.
There's nothing better.
Right? So it was like, oh, this is great. I eat steak, I eat bacon, I eat chicken, I eat all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then you realize that your brain runs off of carbs.
Yeah.
So when you start, I had some friends that did the keto diet.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't ever get past this brain fog.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, because your brain's not not using the right things to like jumpstart itself to get your brain working.
Sure.
So should you only be eating carbs? No, of course not. Everything needs to be in balance, right? And that's kind of where we're starting to go now in the fitness industry, of making things balanced.
Yeah.
Protein, you need that to build and recover.
Yeah.
But you need carbs, you need fiber, you need all of that stuff. But yeah, so I did paleo for about 2 months. It started off really, really good.
Yeah.
And then it quickly went off a cliff.
Yeah. How so?
Just feeling tired all the time. Like, they always talk about how protein's supposed to make you feel full, and it does.
Right.
But I would just feel hungry all the time.
Sure.
Like, I feel that brain fog, things like that. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
And so now it's all things in moderation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get back into that. And it eliminating things like not having sugars and things like that, right? Like, that's good.
Yeah.
But you don't have to deny yourself of certain things either.
No,
right?
Totally. No. It's about the overall habit.
Yeah.
You know, and like, it's not like you can never eat a donut. I see people post online, I ate a cookie today and I feel real guilty about it. And I'm like, and you're actually posting that online. That tells me something about that's probably an issue. Yeah. You know, like, you know, so it's not that, but. And I think the other thing that you have to remember too is, like, it's interesting you say that about the paleo. There's a lot of people that are on the paleo diet that love it, and they're on it for life, and they're like, this is the best thing ever. I feel amazing when I'm on this, you know? So it's like, there's a lot of individuality
100% to
that, you know? And so you got to find the thing that works best for you in terms of fueling your body, you know? Some people, like, you had not a great experience. You probably felt pretty good initially because you cut out all the crap.
Yep.
And then you're like, whoa, I feel pretty good on this. And then it's like, whoa, the way I fuel, I need a little something else, you know, that I'm not getting here that didn't balance you out. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas, you know, so I think some of it's trial and error with people. And I know there's a lot of studies you can do now to really get detailed on, like, your body reacts this way to certain foods and stuff like that. So if you really want to get into the weeds with that, you can get tested for that stuff and figure out, you know, what are the optimal foods for your body to be consuming. But on the whole, I mean, most people can figure out pretty quickly through some trial and error, like, what do I, just based on how they feel. Yeah. You know, like, I feel great when I eat this way, and, you know, just great, stick to that. If it's not, you know, unhealthy food, you know, that you're eating, stick with that if you feel awesome on that. Yeah. You know,
and that's perfectly put. Yeah. It's different for every individual, right?
Absolutely.
Which is why when people put out generic food plans and things like that, like, you can use that as a base. Yeah. Right? You can use that as a base, but then you need to tweak it for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
To make it work for you.
Yeah.
That's why I've always had a hard time with, have you ever done the hard 75?
Oh, yeah, 75 hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The David Goggins.
I did do that.
Okay.
Did
you make
Andy,
it?
Andy Frisella came up with that.
I thought it was David Goggins' thing.
No, I'm pretty sure that's an Andy Frisella thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I know people that have tried it. Did you get it all the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very rare.
Yeah.
It's very rare that people can make the.
Well, I'm kind of a bad dude.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Yeah, no, I did do that, and it was a challenge. You know, but it's interesting. You kind of go through these phases of it. It's like, at first you're all gung ho about it, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then you get into, like, the middle part, and you're like, man, this is getting to be a drag. It's just like, it's so much to do, and, like. And some of the things in it are like, you know, you got to drink a gallon of water every day. Is that really necessary for everybody? That kind of goes back to the individuality thing. You know, you talk to some people and they're like, well, that's a terrible thing for you to do. You know, is to drink an entire gallon of just pure water is not great, you know? And so there's differing opinions on that. But some of those things got burdensome. But then you go into this, and actually the guy who came up with that program talks about it in his book and stuff, about how you get into this phase later on where you're just like, can't remember what he referred to it as, but it's just like, you're like in Superman mode, because you just get on this high where you're like, I am indestructible right now. Yeah. And it's like, you're just riding this thing because you're close to the finish, and you've done this now. You've eaten clean, you've worked out every day, you've done all these things, and it's like the cumulative effect of that starts to take hold. And it's an experience. Yeah. Did you try it?
No, I don't believe in that kind of stuff personally.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't believe in that all or nothing. I think that's while it's good for some people, I think it can be harmful to others.
Well, it's not something that's maintainable. I don't think it's logistically something people can stick to on a regular basis. Yeah. It's a finite thing. And that probably makes it not a great habit to get into, right? It's more of like a challenge,
Yeah.
And
I mean, they call it a challenge.
The guy, I mean, the guy who came up with it would disagree with my commentary on that, I'm sure. It's like the way to live, but I know he does it. He tries to do it himself all the time and has to quit in the middle for various reasons.
Yeah.
And it's a very strict thing. He's, if you miss a day, you start over.
Right.
If you miss a day, you start over. And it's like, well, you get sick, can't train that day.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yep.
And that, that's maybe not the best mental state to be in about your kind of health and wellness plan.
Yeah.
It was like, then that puts you in a psychological state of, well, I failed.
Right.
Because I skipped one day.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, you didn't. You just got to get back on the wagon tomorrow. Right. And you're going to be just fine.
Well, and so, like I said, my problem with things like that, and clearly it works for some people, but my problem with things like that is I think it puts this level of like an elite take on being fit or getting healthy.
Yeah.
When people need to be making fitness and getting healthy and staying healthy as broad as humanly possible, right? Yeah. Because what's easy? McDonald's is easy. Fast food, DoorDash, all those things are easy, right? Yeah. We're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
Those things are easy.
Convenience.
But when you're told you're going to cut out everything that you love for 75 days.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're done. That's a very extreme take. And at the beginning, you're super gung-ho about it. Hell yeah. I'm going to change my life.
Yeah.
30 days in, might feel a little different.
Yeah.
And
that's what makes it hard.
Well, right. And it's a hard challenge.
It's more of a and the guy who does that talks about how it's more of a mental test than it is a physical thing. The physical part is challenging, but it's the ability to continually do that over and over and over and over and stick to it. That's the hard part.
And it's and again, it's supposed to be hard, right?
Yeah.
Hard is in the name.
It is in the name.
Challenge is in the name.
You got it.
But people see it on Instagram or they see it on TikTok, like, wow, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
How about we start by cleaning up our diet first and going for a walk?
Yeah, right.
What if we just do that?
Yeah.
Right? And so when I started my podcast, that was the whole thought behind it was, let's just talk about getting fit and getting healthy and the little things that we can do every day to get better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is why people fail at New Year's all the time, right? We're coming up on that time.
100%.
Right? And it's because people are like, all right, all in.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat clean. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do all these things instead of, okay, let's start with a small thing. And I always recommend it to people, and I'm sure you do the same thing. First thing should be what you eat.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, let's change what you eat. Let's start getting healthier that way. And then we can start adding in the working out part after that because you'll start to feel better and your body can recover and all of that. So I think we should always be looking for ways to make it more accessible to people.
Yeah, sure. And I think what you're describing is like the person who's maybe not already on somebody that's like kind of starting it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like just they're totally new to fitness and health and wellness. They just spend the average let's call him a desk jockey.
Yeah.
The average guy that's going to work every day, punching the clock, clicking on his computer, going home, sitting on the couch, watching Sports Center at night, eating a pizza, and just not really prioritizing their health.
Yeah.
For a lot of people that are in it already, there's a different approach,
Yes.
To some degree. And it's funny because Hannah and I were just talking about this, about just keeping it super simple.
Yeah.
And it's not about, you don't have to do the huge fancy gimmick thing to like get in shape or whatever. No. It's about doing the very simple basic things with consistency over time. It's what can you stick to that you can repeat and make a part of your daily life, and just hit the repeat button and keep doing that over and over. And just, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's got to be simple. I mean, we overcomplicate this so much.
We do.
We've gone in all of these circles now. It's like, well, you got to take this thing and you got to do this and don't do that and don't do this and all of these things. And it's like, and now you see it on 60 Minutes just a couple of weeks ago, that Peter Attia guy was on, and it's like, what are we talking about? Let's eat right and exercise.
Yeah.
Get in shape, get strong, and eat well.
Well, and
we've known this for like... It's forever.
It's been,
and like we're coming back to that now of like it's so basic, but it's just like it's just a matter of it's a behavioral psychology thing is all it is. It's not about like finding the magic bullet that's going to make you healthy. It's behavioral psychology of just making it a part of your routine and just sticking to it.
Well, and so there's been a change in the ecosystem lately, right?
Yeah.
With people finally realizing that strength training is probably one of the most important things that you can do for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, to this day, you will find people that if they come up to you and they ask, hey, I want to lose weight, how much cardio do you think I should be doing?
Yeah.
Right? That's a very common thing, and it happens every day.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, I really don't want you to do any.
Yeah.
I want you to go strength train.
Yeah.
Because then you can get your metabolic rate up.
Yeah.
And then you're burning more calories throughout the day.
Yeah.
And
build the furnace first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you still have the corner of the internet that, likes to talk about just how much cardio you should be doing and all that. But it has been very cool, like over the last 10 years or something like that, seeing more and more into actually you need to be strength training.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a huge part of it.
And
for many, many reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being able to take care of yourself later in life.
Yeah.
Strength training. That's not being able to run a marathon, but strength training.
Yeah.
Now, can you do strength training and run a marathon? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. One of the biggest things in the functional fitness community is being able to squat 500 and run a sub 5 minute mile.
That's insane.
Like that
puts you in the top 0.001%.
That's like
the world right there.
When guys and girls want a challenge, it's like you want to show that you're the pinnacle of fitness.
Yeah.
500-pound squat.
How many people can actually do that?
I've only seen 2.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So we're talking about not 0.001, but 0.0000001.
Yeah. And I'm sure that there's plenty of people I'm sure that there's a ton of people that can do it.
Yeah.
They just haven't put it on the internet for the world to see, right?
Sure.
But
not that many though. A 500-pound squat's pretty big.
Yes.
Like that's, and then to combine that with a 5-minute mile, I don't know too many people. I know a lot of people that can squat 500. I don't think any of them could run a 5-minute mile. In fact, I don't think any of them could run a 7-minute mile.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy.
And when people try it, it's always interesting to see which one they decide to do first.
Oh yeah.
It's like, do you go back squat first?
Are you talking about doing this like right on piggybacking on each other? Oh,
it's like within a certain time window.
Yeah.
You have to.
Oh, you'd have to do the squat first.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're just talking about one rep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do the squat first because that's not going to cash you out. One rep.
Well,
I mean, it's fatiguing for sure, but it's not going to destroy. Like, you go run a mile in less than 5 minutes and try to squat after that, your legs are going to be shot.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. And I think that's the way most people have done it.
Yeah.
They squat first and then they go out.
Yeah.
But if it blows out your nervous system, because you're building up to a 500-pound squat
or something else.
Yeah. So
a lot of things you could blow out trying to squat 500.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know, like, it's amazing what human beings are capable of.
Yeah.
And one of the messages that I always tried to spread, or even still to this day try to spread, is like, doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
You can do it.
100%.
And CrossFit back in the day, they do kind of still say it today, but it's CrossFit is for everyone, but not everyone can do CrossFit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's accurate.
And I feel the same way about, I think working out and just movement in general, like, that is for everybody, and everybody should.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like, should do it.
Yeah.
And hell, even my mom and my stepdad, like, years ago, it was, you guys need to start, like, you need to start moving.
Yeah.
And
that generation is a tough one, because I think, that's my parents' generation. They came up, at least a lot of people that they knew, they grew up working on farms.
Yep.
And it was like, fitness wasn't really a thing because you were just doing that as a part of your daily life all the time, and people just stayed in shape because they were just working all day.
Yeah.
And it's like, the idea of working out was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm shoveling stuff, I'm lifting things, I'm carrying things, I'm doing, all day long. And, and then when those people retire, it's like, well, now I don't have to do that anymore on my daily, and so, what do you do now?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, now I've got to do this working out thing. It's kind of a foreign concept,
Yeah.
But
and my dad,
for a lot of people, and some people naturally kind of like work their way into that because they're like, I need to do something physical,
I need to move.
And like they feel that need to like do something physically involved. But there's a lot of people that end up, whether they're unaware of it or they just don't feel like it or whatever it is, they end up, kind of losing sight of that aspect of their life.
Well, and even when people that, like, I'll take myself as an example. When I came to see you the first time, it was because I got hurt. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Really, really hurt.
Yeah, right.
And
tell me about that. What happened?
Okay.
To the extent that you can.
Back in 2009 was my deployment to Iraq.
Yeah.
And when you go to Iraq, you have to go through Kuwait first, right? You always have like a staging area that you go to.
Sure.
So we were in Kuwait, and I remember one morning I woke up and like I couldn't move. My back was just completely jacked up.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you why. I can now tell you why.
Yeah.
But at the time I didn't know why. So it's just, I was 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to grit our teeth and get through it.
Yeah.
Make it through the deployment, come home. And like a month after we gotten home, we were doing some buddy carry drills. And I went to go pick a guy up to do a fireman's carry. And when I picked him up, it like, just everything went out.
Yeah.
Completely screwed up my back. Went and finally got some MRIs done. And they found that at the good old age of, I think at that time, 22, 23, whatever, I had 3 herniated discs in my lower back.
Yeah.
And at the time, they're like, well, we could have you go in for surgery. I'm like, I'm 23.
Yeah.
You're not going in and fusing my spine.
Yeah.
At 23.
Yeah.
And I tried a bunch of different physical therapists, and you and I talked about this before, but the first couple of physical therapists that I had, it was a couple of little tests on a table.
Sure.
And then a sheet of paper. Okay, here are your exercises. Go home and do them.
Yeah.
And then come back and see me in 2 months and we'll test again.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got to...
That's not physical therapy, by the way.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Went to Afghanistan, came back, you know, you hurt your back, you just kind of deal with it.
Yeah.
And it just becomes like a part of everyday life. When I came back from Afghanistan in 2012, got stationed in Arizona, and it was there that I had a doctor, an amazing physical therapist that actually does a lot of what you do, right? Like the actual, like working on you and going through exercises with you and seeing, you know, how's your body compensating because you're injured and how to correct that, how to get correct muscles to fire and all of that stuff. So I learned a lot from her. You know, got stationed from Arizona into Washington, and then left active duty the first time, moved here to Minneapolis, went back on active duty. Everything was fine. I was seeing a chiropractor at that time.
Okay.
And he was okay.
Yeah.
You know, but moved to Texas, moved back. In that time, every now and then, I would just throw it out again.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just one of those things where he's like, well, my back hurts again, so I'm going to wait a couple of days. It'll work itself out.
Yeah.
And then you just go back. You just go back and keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
When I came to see you, I was doing a workout and my back was hurting, but it wasn't hurting that bad. And I was actually doing dumbbell snatches off the floor. And I reached down to pick up the dumbbell, and just like the way I moved my hips when I picked it up, I just felt like my hip come out.
Mm.
And I ended up with really bad hip pain in my right hip. And I went and I saw a doctor here, Dr. Fader.
Yeah.
And when I went there, I was in so much pain for so long. He told me, he's like, I need you to go to physical therapy first. Because I thought I was going to have hip surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I want you to go to physical therapy.
He's a great guy.
He's amazing.
Well, we put that out there.
He's amazing. When I walked in, he had a bunch of Minnesota Vikings jerseys on his wall, right? Because he works on all those dudes.
Yeah. He's one of the best around.
Well, the fact that I even got to get in to see him was a huge deal.
It's awesome.
But he looked at my MRIs and he's like, okay, I want you to go to physical therapy, and he linked me up with you.
Yeah.
And then he wanted me to go in and actually get surgery on my back.
Yeah.
And I was like, so we're just going to leave the hip alone?
Yeah.
We need to fix your back first.
Yeah.
And then let's see what happened with your hip.
Right.
And I'll never forget coming in to see you, and we start working. I start feeling really good.
Yeah.
And then I have to go in for the surgery.
Yeah.
I remember going in for the surgery, and who was it? It was one of the nurses. She was an older lady. You know, she does that thing like you see in the movies where she like grabs the board and she's like looking at it, talking to me. She hasn't actually looked at me yet.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, Mr. Henderson, you're here for back surgery. And then she turns and she looks at me and she goes, you are way too young.
Yeah.
To be in here having this surgery. Yeah. I was like, I agree.
Yeah, right.
I think at that time I was 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, 36. I mean, the type of surgery I was going to have was something that guys and girls in their 50s and 60s have, not a fairly healthy 36-year-old.
Right.
Like,
you'd put your body through a little bit more, though. I mean, the stuff you guys have to do with how much gear you have to carry, you're pounding, you're riding in a Humvee, getting that bounced around all the time, just the jarring on the spine that you do ages that a lot faster than the average human. Yeah, and I remember whenever a doctor would look at I'd get an MRI and they'd look at my spine, they'd be like,
you have the back of a 50-year-old. And this was back when I was 27, 28 years old.
Yeah,
like, you
that's
have a
an encouraging message, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
And I think I've told you before, like when I have all of my stuff on, I weigh close to 300 pounds.
That's insane.
Right?
Yeah.
Once you have everything that you're supposed to pack in your rucksack, you have your body armor on, like when you have all of that stuff, I weigh close to 300 pounds. That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot.
Like just on everything.
Yes.
And that catches up with you eventually, right? That's why guys that are in the 82nd Airborne and jump out of planes all the time have bad knees.
Yeah.
And bad ankles and bad hips and bad backs, because when you're even just walking on concrete with that much stuff.
Oh, that'll wear you out.
Yeah, it's very jarring on all of your joints, all of your muscles.
Yeah.
So 14 years of that, deployments, field X, just a bunch of different things that you put your body through.
Yeah.
And it finally caught up to me, right?
Sure.
And go through the surgery, and then you told me, I don't know if you remember this, after my surgery, you were like, yeah, I don't know how you were walking a lot.
Yeah.
Because of how closed off my spinal cord was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
like,
I do. Reading your MRI, it was bad.
Yeah, it was real bad.
It was real bad.
And
in fact, it was something you would normally see somebody like in emergency surgery for, and you were just out walking around.
Yeah, I was out doing and it was one of those things that you don't realize how much pain you're in.
Yeah.
Until you're not in that pain anymore.
Yeah.
Because I came out of that surgery, they woke me up and all that stuff, and they make you get out of the wheelchair and walk to make sure that you can before you get into bed.
Yeah.
So I remember getting up and my right leg just gives out. And because of how herniated the disc was in my spinal column, it had cut off all of those nerves in my spinal cord. And now those nerves are starting to come back to life. That was some of the most pain I'd ever been in my life. I remember having to call you and be like, I need you to help me.
Yeah, right.
Because I couldn't stand nothing.
That nerve regeneration process is slow and arduous and can be very painful as those come back online. Because it's a weird thing that happens where your brain doesn't know how to interpret all the signals that are coming back to it now. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, just brushing up against your leg, you get this weird, it might just be, to the normal person, they just feel that vibration on their leg, but like your brain is suddenly taking that as a pain signal. And you get this jolt of pain for no reason. Other than that, it's a weird thing that your nervous system does. It just doesn't know how to, and so you go through that whole it's called a desensitization process where you have to reteach those nerves and reteach your brain what those nerves are feeling. Right. And it's really interesting, but that can be really intense for a while. It was it was awful. Yeah. And I'm one of those guys that, right or wrong, where I don't like to take pain meds for too long. Yeah. Right. And of course, when you come out of a surgery like that, they give you a ton of Vicodin and all of that stuff. Yeah. All the good stuff.
And I think I stopped taking it 3 or 4 days after surgery. Yeah. And they told me I should be taking it for a week or two. I was like, I'll just stop. It'll be fine. Yeah. And then that pain got really, really bad. Yeah. And I remember calling into the on-call doctor from the Spinal Institute, and he's like, "You stopped taking your Vicodin, didn't you?" It's like, "Yeah." Like, you can't do that right now. Yeah. So having those nerves come back alive in my right leg, and then realizing that I could actually feel things in my right leg now, and I don't know, it's like I said before, one of those things where you don't realize how messed up you are until it gets fixed. Yeah, right. And then, been pretty religiously coming here to see you ever since then. And just working on those bad muscle patterns and habits that I built up over a really long time.
Yeah.
Of just compensating for the pain that I was in.
Yeah.
Learning how to be normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, to reuse your body the way it should be that you weren't capable of doing before because of the injuries that you had.
Right.
You know, and that's a really important part of the process.
Yeah. And the military is so different now than when I came up. Right. Yeah.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you.
You can get that in there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys go through a lot, I think, that goes unseen, you know. And it's, I mean, you're describing some of it, you know, like you're not the only one in that position. I know a lot of other people that their backs just get wrecked from all the stuff, from what you're describing, carrying around 100 pounds of gear all day.
Yep.
And I mean, that's tough. And it has effects on people for a long time after you're done too. Yep. It's not just like, okay, I'm back, you know, now, and I'm done carrying that gear around, and now I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It has lasting effects that, if not dealt with, are going to be an issue for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's, we could go into a lot of stuff on that.
Yeah.
But I think that's something for people to remember. It's like, you know, you guys get back here and it's like, there's still a long road ahead.
Yeah. It's not, you can't just turn it off
from that. Yeah. Because it's abuse on your body, you know.
Have you ever seen that meme where people are like, you know, doctors say stress ages the body, you know, at whatever X time rate.
Oh yeah.
And then it's a picture of some old dude. It's like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's like David, 25 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's what it feels like coming out of the military, especially if you've been in for a long time. Like, I remember when I was younger having senior NCOs and stuff that, I remember one, he had that spinal fusion surgery, and it put him in more pain than when he wasn't, like when he didn't have the spinal fusion surgery.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you spend, in my case, 14 active duty years, 18 total years, just abusing yourself.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a long road back, and you don't come out of it and you don't just turn it off. And you have to realize as you're coming out of it that there's some things that you're going to have to go and do to fix yourself, or else you're just going to be living in pain all of the time.
Yeah.
It's like, well, my knees always hurt, or my feet always hurt. My back always hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you got beat up, man.
Yeah.
And you need to go get it taken care of.
Absolutely. And there are things that you can do about that. I think a lot of people feel hopeless about that. Like, I'm just going to hurt forever now because these things happened, and now that's what I am. But there are absolutely things you can do about that. And I know, I mean, you know, we might as well say it. It's a big issue with the veteran community is going to pills. Over it, you know, and it's like, you know, you are in a lot of pain, and what do you do about that?
Yeah.
And I think it's important and unfortunately that becomes a first line of defense to a lot of people, and that doesn't need to be that way. You know, there's a lot of other things you can do with good physical therapy, and that's another topic. Like, you got to get to a good physical therapist that knows how to deal with some of this stuff, but you can a lot of times avoid getting on that train by doing the right therapy and the right stuff that can get you. You might not be 100% cured because you might have some physical damage that happened there that's not going to be completely undone, but you can do a lot to mitigate it in a big way to where you're not going to be dependent on things to knock the pain down, you know?
And even when, even on active duty, whenever you were hurt, it was just pain pills.
Yeah.
Pain pills, right?
Keep you going, get you back out there.
Right. Just numb the pain just enough.
Take the edge off, get back out there. Yeah.
And like, that's why there's such a drug epidemic with veterans when they come out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are in such serious pain, and then the VA or somebody else just loads them up with Vicodin, Percocet, whatever, because they're in so much pain.
Right.
And then they end up getting hooked.
Yeah.
And
that happens to a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in and out of, military service, but that happens.
And that was always kind of like a cautionary tale for me.
Yeah.
Coming out, because I'd seen it. Mm-hmm. And I had seen soldiers of mine get hurt. And all they did was load them up on pain pills.
Yeah.
And then expected them to be okay without actually giving them the care that they needed to actually fix them, right? We're a reactionary type of medical practice in America of reacting to injuries, not doing things to make sure that they're not caused. Now, I will say, the military, especially the Army, is trying to change that with some of the holistic soldier concept is what they call it. But it's like the whole soldier thing of mind, body, spirit, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. And about making sure that soldiers are taken care of in the long term.
Yeah.
So that there is starting to be a change in that, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
It's the government, like everything just takes a long time.
It's a slow roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do think we're seeing it change, which is great. And I will say the VA up here in Minnesota is great. When I lived in Texas, because there's so many veterans in Texas, they're so bogged down, right? And it's just, okay, well, you have pain, here's this. You have pain, here's this.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to...
How fast can we churn you through the door and get you back out?
Yep.
And
I don't think anybody is maliciously trying to hurt anybody, right?
Yeah. It's a systemic issue.
And
it's a process issue.
And the military, it chews you up and it spits you right back out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a machine, it keeps going. Mm-hmm. And you have to figure out how to live with it afterwards.
Yeah.
And like you said, going back, I know it feels hopeless when you're in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. But just going and not just physical therapy, but just having a good doctor.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if I hadn't have met Dr. Fader, I wouldn't have met you.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't have met the guy that did the work on my spine.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate.
Who did a great job also.
He did an amazing job.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job. He was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Amani, I think his name was. Yep. He was great.
Yeah.
You have to ask for help, right? And the veteran community as a whole, because we're rough and tough men, has a hard time asking for help.
Oh, yeah.
And
big time.
You have to take a step back and realize that your friends and your family want you here for a long time. So asking for help is not seen as weakness when it can help you get better.
Yeah.
And being around for a long time for your friends and your family is ultimately what's most important, because your life doesn't end when your military service ends.
Right.
Like your military service is a part of you, but it's not who you are.
Yep.
You need to fix yourself.
Yep.
Find ways to help fix that pain so you can be better, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of that is, people have the mentality of being a caretaker or a protector.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mentality. And the thing that people need to remember is, like, in order for you to do that effectively, you need to be taking care of yourself first, so that you show up with your best, so that you can take care of the people in your immediate circle. you can take care of them and you can protect them to the maximum of your ability. And, you know, if you're diminished in some way, you know, you're in pain all the time, you're somehow not able to function at your highest ability, that's going to take away from your ability to do that.
Yeah.
And so taking a step back, like you said, and kind of thinking about how do I take care of myself so that I can better take care of those people.
Yep.
I think is really important.
Absolutely. And I think you had an SF guy on, right? Or a SEAL recently, right?
Yeah, Green Beret.
Green Beret.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things,
dude.
One of the things I was always jealous of, because I had some friends in group and I had some friends in the regiment in 75th. One of the things I was always jealous of with those guys was, you know, you have your big military base with all of us normal people, normal soldiers on it. And then you had the base with inside the base, which is where the SF was. That's where the Rangers were. That's where all those guys were. But when you got into that sphere, you had personal trainers, you know, your doctor, all of that stuff. And these guys that would take care of you to make sure that you were performing at your peak, right? Because that's what they need you at.
Sure.
But even that, I'm sure that guy that you talk to, even that, when you come out of it, you're still beat to hell.
Oh, yeah.
It's just demanding.
Yep.
And when you get out, it's your, I'm going to say responsibility, but I think you owe it to yourself. I know it took a long time for me to figure that out for me.
Yeah.
Was like, well, I owe it to myself to get better.
Yeah.
Because living with that pain is not, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No.
And like, I was just a normal dude, right? Like I wasn't some SF guy. I was just a normal guy. So you
had a pretty interesting role though.
I did.
You've told me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And
do you feel comfortable sharing any of that?
I mean, so I was an interrogator for the Army.
Yeah. That's kind of badass too.
It was, I mean, I was one of those guys that, so I joined in 2007. That was right at the height of the surge. Right.
Yeah.
When we were, when General Petraeus got Congress to authorize that surge because we needed more people to go into Iraq.
Yeah. That was like Ramadi and all that stuff.
Yeah, Ramadi going into...
That got real gnarly in there.
Sadr City and all that stuff, right? Yeah. So it was basically you came in and either you're going to be an infantryman on 11 Bravo, or if they had another job that they really needed people for, like truck drivers and things like that. So I remember going in, doing my ASVAB and all that stuff, and they're like, you qualify for human intelligence. And I was like, the hell does that mean?
I do.
That's an interrogator.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Right? And at 20 years old, at 20, you think you're an adult, but you're still a dumb kid. Like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, Sand Hill and Fort Benning for basic training. Then I came out and I went to the interrogator school. I remember getting there going, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, but I was one of those fortunate guys that I found something that I was good at it.
Yeah.
I was good at it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. That's a different type of mental toll.
Oh yeah.
To do something like that.
Yeah.
Right? You have to have a different type of mindset for something like that.
For sure.
And I mean, you know, I did that in Iraq. I did it in Afghanistan. I've talked to some bad dudes.
Yeah, I bet.
I've talked to some bad dudes.
Yeah.
And
so you're the guy, just for people that don't understand how this works, like they go out they've got a mission to capture a guy that we need to get some information from.
Yep.
They go round this guy up and then bring him back to a room, and then
that's me.
You're sitting across from him like you and I are right here, and then we're gonna talk. We're gonna get some info from you.
Yep. And before anybody gets overzealous or excited, torture is not a thing, right?
Right.
Watch a documentary out there. It's about Abu Ghraib. That completely changed how interrogations were done in the United States because of what happened there. Our field manual, the thing that outlines everything that we are allowed to do, is one of the only ones that's signed into law by Congress. Because they want it so closely monitored. And there's videotape evidence of me interrogating people that will be in servers in Washington, D.C. for 50 years.
Wow.
So they can go back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And see.
Yeah.
And you know that line, you get more flies with honey than vinegar? It's absolutely the truth.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people talk on podcasts about that did something similar to that. And and in fact, I've heard, and I won't go into too much. I don't want to, breach any.
Yeah, I got you.
This guy was saying that like they were instructed. This was probably maybe before your time in or whatever, but they were instructed to go about it a certain way.
Yep.
But he was like, that doesn't work.
Nope.
And then he would go in and do what you're saying. And it was a little bit slower process sometimes, but they would actually get information that they needed out of these people.
Yep.
And that proved to be way more effective.
So after my deployments, I went back to the schoolhouse where they teach this stuff, and I taught for almost 3 years.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's cool.
So what I would tell my students is you have to get in your mind that you're trying to convince a guy to give up his friends and family so you can go kill them.
Yeah.
That's what
it's a tough sell.
That's a tough sell, right?
Yeah.
For a long time, if you looked up our training manual on Google, the first one that would come up was the version they did in Arabic. So the guys were trained on how to know what we were going to do, right? And there's other aspects to our job, but interrogation was always my favorite because it was a chess match, right?
100%.
It's me versus you. You know what I am, right?
Yeah.
And I know what you are.
Yep.
And we're just going to dance.
Yes. I was just going to say that. It's a dance.
We're just going to dance.
Yeah.
And we're going to dance until I get you to tell me what I want.
Yeah.
Right? When you watch Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an intense one.
It's a very intense movie.
Yeah.
When you watch that movie and you watch their interrogation techniques, right? They make it seem in that movie like that stuff works, that the things that he's telling them when he's getting tortured is the truth.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's not how it works. Because if I'm hurting you,
you'll say whatever you think you need to say to make it stop.
Yep. Whatever you think I want, you'll tell me.
Right.
Right. You could tell me you shot like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Right. That's not true.
Yeah.
Right. But if for some reason that's what I believed, and I was like, you did this and I'm torturing you, you're going to tell me that you did that. Yeah. To get it to stop.
Yeah.
It's a mental chess match. And when you're going, you put yourself up against people that are trained to not give you what you want. Not all of them, right? Because you're going to, especially in Afghanistan, you'll have low-level guys that are literally just dirt farmers that the Taliban pays more.
Yeah.
Can you be mad at that? I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going toe to toe with these guys that know what you're trying to do and you're still trying to beat them.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a unique challenge.
Yeah, it's an amazing challenge.
Yeah.
And what some people, you know, I'm a bigger dude, but there are some guys that thought that the only way to get any type of information was to scream and to yell and all of this stuff.
Be the tough guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It never. This dude, the guy you're screaming at, and you know you're being angry over. He's lived. You know, he lived through the Russians invading Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Or he lived through Saddam Hussein hunting down his people. These guys don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah. And they don't mind playing the long game either.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They'll just sit and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved my job a lot.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. Me and my friends, we were good at it, and we did a lot of really cool things. But then after it's over, years and years down the road, and you kind of realize what you've done.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing.
Sure.
To turn around and have to live with.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love my job. I love teaching my job. I love helping other people get good at it because one of the best things about my job was I could save American lives or Allied lives if my information was correct.
Sure.
So I took a lot of pride in that.
Absolutely.
If
what higher calling is there than that, you know?
Yeah. And if you watch, I'm sure you've seen American Sniper, right? Did you ever read the book?
I have the book on my bookshelf at home. It's in I've got a stack of like 2 read books.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah. I recommend it.
Yeah. Seen the movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you remember in the movie, and he says it in the book, he says that when he's finally accepting that he's got PTSD and he's having to get help, it wasn't like the people that he killed. It was the guys that he couldn't save. Right?
Mm-hmm. That's what sits with you more.
It is because, and a lot of people don't think about it like this, and I wish they would. That's your whole MO, man.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure that my guys go home and your guys don't.
Yeah. That's intense, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to take pride in that. And if you're not comfortable with that thought, you can't do this job because you're not going to make it.
Yeah. You got to have a very, very high level of stress tolerance for that.
Yeah. And I think I've learned about myself that I have that stress tolerance, but it builds up so much over time.
Yeah.
You know, that eventually when I'm 18 years in.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I'm tired. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Right? There's younger guys that can do it, but I take that job very seriously, and that's why I take training it so seriously.
Yeah.
Because if I teach a kid how to do this and then they don't take it seriously and it causes loss of life on the wrong side, I failed that person, right?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. When I say loss of life on the wrong side, that's not just our side, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge point of pride of mine that I know when I'm telling you who to go after, it's right.
Oh, yeah.
Where they are, who they are, right? Like, that is important to me. Because I want to make sure you get the right guy. there have been plenty of people that have been in a room with me. I'm like, oh, you're not supposed to be here. Right?
Yeah.
And I've only ever had one where to this day I think about him because I knew he wasn't a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And because of interactions like that, it always became important. It was important to me to make sure that what I did and what I said was right.
Yeah.
And people listening are probably like, well, how do you know they're not lying to you?
That's a good question.
Okay. It is a good question. This is going to sound so egotistical. I know.
Yeah. Well, you've been trained to know.
I could.
Yeah.
My officers above me used to get mad because some of my interrogations would be really short. And they'd be like, why did you stop? He's lying. Like, I just know.
Yeah.
I know the people that I can talk to, and I know the ones that I can't.
Yeah.
And I know what I can get from certain people because I've been trained to know that.
Yeah.
I know when people are lying to me.
Yeah.
And I know when they're not.
Do you ever use that outside?
I make it a very specific point.
Yeah.
Not to. Because living in a world where your brain is on that much is exhausting.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's exhausting.
I just wonder if you're ever like, when somebody's trying to bullshit you or something, you're like, look, I'm not going to go into all the details of why I know that you're full of it, but I know that you're lying to me right now.
Yeah.
And for certain reasons, I know that. Yeah. And,
yes. And
I mean, you have to, there's no way you cannot.
You can't turn that off.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
You can't turn that off. Yeah. But,
I feel like you could be kind of intimidating with people in that way if you call, because
so that was a thing,
that's
right?
That's a weird position to be in when you're trying to know somebody and then they call you out on it and they know, I mean, that puts you in a weird spot.
So a lot of people when they meet me, and they ask me what I do or what I did.
Yeah.
They'll be like, really? You're so nice. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, I can't see you being angry.
Yeah.
And I always say, that's the point.
Yep. Exactly.
Are you going to talk to somebody that nobody wants to talk to somebody that's a jerk to them all the time?
Right.
Right? They want to talk to the person. You have to be able to build rapport with a person and talk with a person, right?
Yeah.
And there's just a certain way that you can, there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And being a jerk about it all the time is definitely the wrong way.
Yeah.
And if you think that when people say, well, you're just so nice, I wouldn't get what I need if I wasn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, don't get me wrong. Are there times where it needs to be that way?
Yeah.
Yes. 100% of the time. Not 100% of the time, but yes, that does need to happen.
Yeah, on occasion.
On occasion.
You have to pull out bad cop once in a while.
Yeah.
And that can be effective in certain scenarios.
Certain people, right?
Right.
Everybody's different.
Yep.
The way you respond to me and the way he responds to me, the way Hannah responds to me can all be different.
Yeah.
Right? And what motivates you is not what motivates him, which is not what motivates Hannah.
Yeah.
You're all different. Human beings are different.
Yeah.
And you learn how different and how complicated and uncomplicated humans can be sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I had a guy once I wasn't on active duty anymore, but he tried to talk to me or tell me what Afghanistan was like and what the people in Afghanistan were like. I was like, bro, you've never been there, right?
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
And I could tell.
What was that?
It was just...
Like he was just going based off of stuff he'd seen online or read about in the news or something like that.
We have a problem. It's not just this country, it's everywhere, but we have a problem as people where we think because we read a thing or we hear about it somewhere that we think we know what we're talking about.
It's true.
And I have a huge problem when people do that kind of thing, especially when people try to tell me about what I experienced.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring this up is I've had people say to me disparaging things about people in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And I get angry about that because you've never lived their life, right? Yeah. Especially in Iraq, Afghanistan too. Those are some of the, not all of them, right? Yeah. There's some smart dudes, like saying that people in Afghanistan or Iraq are uneducated or stupid is not correct because I've talked to a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And it gave me such a huge respect for them and for the way they live, especially Afghanistan. Yeah. Like, that's an unforgiving place.
Oh, yeah.
The mountains of Afghanistan are unforgiving. They call it the graveyard of empires.
It's a hard place to live.
It's a very hard place to live, and those are hard people.
Yeah, no doubt.
And, like, they're brave people. I'm sure the other guy that came on, the beret, he can tell you, like, you meet just as many good people over there as you do bad people.
Yeah.
Right? I would tell my kids, you can't go in and talk to a person, doesn't matter who they are, and think that you're more intelligent or more superior than that person.
Yeah.
Because the minute you do that, you lose.
Yeah.
I have met some of the smartest people you will probably ever meet in your life that haven't spent a single day in school.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Right? They just, you don't know, right? Yeah. And going in and learning about people and all that kind of stuff, it's interesting. But then at the same time, you have to go in and learn about that person so you can do bad things.
Yeah.
And bad things for them. Yeah. So it's a cool job.
Yeah.
But you have to have a different type of mindset behind it.
No doubt.
To be able to be successful at it.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can do it.
No doubt.
And I mean,
but somebody's got to.
That's very true. Somebody's got to. It just doesn't need to be me anymore.
Yeah. No, well, I can feel you there, man. I mean, that's heavy stuff. I mean, it's heavy stuff. It's a lot. I mean, I'm sure I can't even imagine, I'm sitting on the other side of this table. That, I've never been in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And to do that for that long with that many people, I mean, that's intense, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so again, obviously, and there's thousands of more people out there like you that are dealing with a lot of the same stuff and have been in that situation and done a lot of things for our country, and we have to say we appreciate it.
So I had a friend, she's like, so how are you doing? And again, Veterans Day is not the hard day, Memorial Day is the hard day. And then people get those 2 days crossed, right? And they treat Memorial Day like Veterans Day and Veterans Day like Memorial Day. It's like, no, Memorial Day is for those that we lost. Right. That's the day that I spend thinking about my friends in that. Right.
Yep.
And then Veterans Day, the day that the guys that made it home.
Yeah.
Right. You can talk to me and all that stuff. And Memorial Day, like I said, that's the hardest one. And it's hard because people say like Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And I know they don't mean it that way.
Yeah.
But Memorial Day should be like a reflection.
It's more solemn.
Yeah, should be a reflection day, not Memorial Day sales. Type thing.
Yep.
Yeah, like, and even if it's just conversation reaches just a few people and you learn the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big deal. You still say thank you,
100%.
But just knowing in your heart and in your head what those different days mean is a huge thing. And because we're here and, we're supposed to be talking about physical therapy and fitness and all that stuff, right?
We deviated from that a little bit.
But
this is great though, man. Dude, this is unreal. Like, getting some of this. I mean, some of it's heavy, but man, it's good stuff to talk about.
I hope I don't mind sharing my story, right? Or anything that I've done that I can talk about. Because if it goes out and it reaches another veteran or somebody else to go out and seek help.
Yeah. And I hope it does.
I hope it does too, because so like for me, being physically healthy, getting fixed was tied very much into my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Those two go hand in hand.
Yeah. And you don't realize how much they go hand in hand until you lose one.
Mm-hmm.
When you can't, because you're hurt, do those physical things anymore, your mental health starts to go down, right? Or when your mental health starts to go down, you don't want to do the physical things, right?
Right.
You're a whole unit.
Yeah. Those are tied together. Yeah. They go hand in hand for sure.
And so if it can just go out and reach one person, and they can go out and they can get physical help because they're in pain, and then that helps them get the clarity to go get the mental help that they need.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
That's awesome, man.
Because I've lost more friends in the last couple of years outside of deployment because they didn't.
Yeah.
And that hurts.
That's heavy, man.
Like it's not something that I would wish on anybody, right? So like we have our demons. I've done things that I'm not super proud of, but they needed to be done. And people are alive today because of me.
Yeah.
People are dead today because of me. You have to learn to live with that. But that doesn't mean you have to do it alone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can go and you can get the help that you need. And you can just pick one.
Yeah.
If you're hurting, find a good quality physical therapist, somebody that you can trust in that will help make that pain better. Because sometimes pain just doesn't go away, but it can get better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then when you can start going back and doing the things that you enjoyed, then the mental health gets better. And maybe then you can go see somebody for the mental health side, right? Like I said, I wish that some of those friends could have felt safe enough to do that, right?
Absolutely.
And I can sitting here today, tell you that it saved my life, right? And it's all tied together.
Yeah.
Getting the mental health right led to getting physically right. And it's never, some people believe that you just go once and it gets fixed, right?
Yeah.
I've been seeing you for 2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's an investment in myself.
Yeah.
To continue getting better.
Absolutely.
And that's what, because I want to be around for a long time. I have a ton of health issues.
Yeah.
So I want to try and make the best of it, while I can.
Absolutely. You said a lot there. Yeah. And like we touched on before, there's, related to getting on the physical side. Yeah. There's a way. Yeah. It's just a matter of you gotta find the right person to work with. Yeah. And
it's hard.
Sometimes it takes some trial and error on that front. Yeah. Because sometimes people probably go see a PT or a chiropractor or whatever that doesn't help them. Yep. And then they kind of give up on that idea. And it's like, keep trying. Well, keep going. You're going to find something that helps, because anytime, there's mental components to physical pain too, but anytime you have something physical going on, there's something you can do. Yeah. And it's like, it's just a matter of finding the right people that know how to deal with what you're dealing with. Yeah. And, and then sticking with them and making a thing of it. And you will get better. Yeah. You will get better. You may not always get the answer you want. Yeah. Like, sometimes there's not quick fixes to things. There's not quick fixes. Hey, this is going to be a process and we're going to work on this for a long time. Yep. And it still might not be 100% perfect, but at least it gets better. It's going to get better, and it's going to be, it's going to enable you to do a lot more of the things that you want to do than what you could otherwise. Yep. And I remember, I think it was my second time meeting Dr. Fader. And that's when he told me he wasn't going to operate on my hip. Yeah. I got mad. Yeah. I got real mad at him. Yeah. Because I was just in so much pain. Right. Right. And you're like, I want this better now. Yeah, I want it fixed right now. You can do something about it. Let's get it done. Yep. Yeah. But I trusted after I calmed down. Yeah. I trusted the process. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And now I'm not 100% yet. Yeah. But it's way better than it was. Oh, yeah. And like, that has done so much for me in every facet of life. Yeah. And, I mean, you were talking about finding the right person. I mean, I went to a physical therapist before I got referred to you. That was that same couple of things on the table. Right. Here's your paper, go home and do these. And I remember telling Dr. Fader, I was like, I'm not doing that again. Mm-hmm. And then that's when he linked me up with you. Yeah. Right. And it's about knowing what you want, right? Because there's plenty of people that maybe that's what they want. Mm-hmm. They just want to go, be told what to do, and then go home and do it. Maybe that's what they want. Yeah. But I know for me, I needed like physically getting worked on and then physically like working out with my physical therapist present. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. And building in that training piece. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, like you said, it's kind of like you need to be an advocate for yourself. Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're getting at. Yeah. Yeah. You need to know you're worth it, man. Yeah. Like, you're worth being fixed. Yeah. And you need to be able to advocate for yourself of what you want. And you have to know that there's more than one option. Yeah. There's more than one option. Yeah. And you just need to go out and find it. Yeah. And for sure. Sometimes it won't be just 15 minutes down the road. Sometimes it will be a couple hours down the road, maybe. Yeah. But if you want to get better, you can find it. You just need to go find it. Yeah. Because there's plenty of people like you that want to help this way. Yep. Right. Yep. And I would say physical therapy has been changing a lot. Oh yeah, for sure. And I think for people, if someone is listening to this looking for that kind of a thing, I think the things to look for in qualifications for a good PT are find somebody that's highly qualified and highly trained in manual therapy. I think that's something to look for. I mean, people put that on their website, that kind of a thing. It's like, they understand, how the body moves and how they can affect change in that in a way with some hands-on techniques and things like that are going to help you, that are going to go beyond just the here's your sheet of exercises and go. And a lot of times you're going to find that with people that are, not all like what I would call big box places are bad. There's definitely good people that work at those, but your smaller independent practices that are PT owned, I think are the places where you're going to find a lot more of that type of treatment. Just as like kind of a place to start, what to be searching for, what to be looking for. Those are some of the elements that you're going to want to seek out. That are going to be able to provide you with that level of service. And so I would
also add one of the things that I looked at when I looked into coming to see you. Look at who they train. Look at who they train. One of the biggest things that impressed me about you was athletes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Training athletes. Perfect. Like, you don't have to be an athlete to get seen by somebody that trains athletes.
Right. No, not at all.
But you know that they're training people or they're working on people that perform at a high level, and that person can get you there.
That's huge.
And that's, I think, one of the best things that you can do.
Absolutely.
Is look at who they train.
You said a lot there. I'm on a big healthcare on offense thing right now, and performance is the new medicine. Do you like that?
I completely agree with it, because if you're proactive instead of reactive,
that's huge.
It makes such a difference. It makes such a difference in your life.
And there's a lot of evidence now that's showing that, if you're in the top such a percentage of strength and VO2 max and physical fitness, like, you're drastically less likely to be affected by certain health conditions. And so it's like, do that first. And it overrides the stats on smoking, hypertension, all these things that are kind of the boogeymen that we try to do everything to avoid. It's like the stats on being strong and being fit override that by a long ways. And so it's like, you got to shift that mindset a little bit of, instead of avoiding the bad things, it's like, do the good things with consistency, and that's going to put you in the position to be healthy long term.
Well, and when you start doing the good things, you will naturally avoid the bad things.
Absolutely. And you're going to feel better. I mean, you've done it before, probably. Like, when you work out hard and you train hard and you invest your time and effort into that, you eat better too. Because you're like, I don't want to screw this up. I just did something good for myself, and I'm going to feel a lot better if I put good food back in my body, because I know that's going to help the process further along. You know? Not many people go to the gym. Maybe some do. They justify it that way, but not many people that I know go to the gym and have a great workout and then go be like, hey, let me go have some donuts and ice cream now because that's going to feel good. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a positive feedback thing that kind of snowballs. And if you stay consistent with it, over time, the habits that you develop and the overarching effect of that is going to have a big impact on your overall health.
100%. And that was always everybody always pokes fun at Planet Fitness, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because
aren't they the ones with the no grunting zone or something like that?
The lunk alarm, grunt, whatever it is. There's an alarm, but
you have to have sleeves on.
They don't want like the string top. No sun's out, guns out.
No sun's out, guns out. Gotta bring those out.
And there was one that my wife and I would go to that would have pizza on like Mondays or something like that, right? So they just bring in a ton of Domino's pizza. And
interesting concept.
I remember the first time they brought it in, it's like, this is so weird, right? Because you walk in and everything smells like pizza, right? But if you work out hard enough, or if you're doing a pretty good workout, by the time you're done, you don't want any of that because it smells awful. And I think that's interesting.
That is an interesting,
Like, I think that, like you said, when you work out a lot, when you have a really good hard workout, you'll eat different because you don't want to mess it up. But at the same time, it's okay sometimes to have that donut.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But it's on occasion. It's not with regularity. It's not 100%. Stable in your diet.
Yep.
You know. So
absolutely.
That's huge. Well, we've touched on a lot of big things here.
Yes. We talked for a long time.
We did talk for a long time. It was great, though, man, and I appreciate you sharing all that with us. On a lighter note, who do your Broncos have this week?
So we're playing Kansas City.
Oh, it's the big one.
Yep. So
it's the big one. Here we go.
The national media has been talking a lot of trash about my 8-2 Broncos right now.
Really?
Because Bo Nix hasn't looked super great.
Okay.
Right?
He's doing all right, though.
I think so, too. I think he's hurt.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there. If they can beat Kansas City, there's nothing anybody can say.
Yeah.
Because that means in a year, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs. Yeah. And they beat Kansas City, the defending AFC champs.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, you can't say anything
right
after that. So we'll see. We'll see how it's going to be Sunday. It's going to be the prime. It won't be Sunday night football, but it'll be like the prime time.
Yeah. Featured game.
The featured 3 o'clock game or something like that, right? So I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be watching.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to, you have some social media, right?
I do.
Yeah. If people want to find you, follow you, how do they do that?
So I have the Relentless Fitness podcast. It's on Apple and Spotify. I have a bunch of old episodes on there. I'm looking to try and get that started again.
Nice.
And then
hey, I know a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then get this guy to do some camera work.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Alex is the man.
Alex does a good job.
He is the man.
Alex does a good job.
We got to give Alex a plug here too. It's Wide Open Media MN, right? Yep. Tagged on all of our podcast episodes.
Shameless plug.
He is the man. I'm telling you what.
So, Relentless Fitness podcast. You can follow that on Instagram, Relentless Fitness, and then my Instagram handle is Relentless Will. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good one.
I appreciate you.
Well, William, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you again for all the service you've done for us in our country. And yeah, man, thanks for sharing your story.
I appreciate it.
I hope it reaches some people, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
And like you said, if it impacts one person in the right direction,
that's all that matters.
It was worth it.
Yep.
So appreciate you, man.
All right. I appreciate you. Thanks.
You bet. Bye-bye.